What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Panfro Games, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about all the new moves and new mechanics that were added to Pokemon Legends Arceus. And after reviewing all this information, I can just say I'm incredibly excited for the new mechanics, absolutely. And some of these new moves are pretty crazy too. Of course, they're going to be a little bit different when they leave Legends and go into whatever Gen 9 ends up being. But some of these things, if they stay, I'm going to be so happy for the metagame. So let's just dive right into our topic. And first, we're actually going to be looking at another spreadsheet compilation. And we're going to be using this spreadsheet for the entire video. So one, if you want the link for the spreadsheet, definitely check out the comment below. This is going to have this exact spreadsheet. And shout out to Ryo Dadado and the Reddit user Yugal for compiling the sheet together. So as we already talked about the base stats last time, but this is going to be a really good way to just quickly see it. But now we actually have all of the abilities. And some of these are, very much the same. Like the Growlithe one is the same. And Voltorb is the same, right? Like these are all good, right? And even Quillfish, Overquill, very much the same. There is some very interesting things I will say here, though, that I just want to touch on before we get to the actual new moves. Sneasler is an absolute monster. This thing's going to be crazy and competitive, 130 attack and 120 speed. And it has Poison Touch as his ability. So imagine getting hit by a stab close combat and then you get poisoned and then you die. This is going to be a nasty Pokemon to deal with. We also get Lilligant Hisuian. This has pretty nasty stats as well with 105 attack, 105 speed. So definitely watch out for that grass fighting. And with Hustle is going to be one of its newer abilities, but Chlorophyll will definitely be the main one. And then we get Bascule Legion, and Rattled is the newer ability, but you're going to be, of course, running Adaptability. And I think this is going to be a very interesting Pokemon overall. We're going to see how good it actually ends up being. They still have Illusion with Zoroark, but that's incredible. Normal goes with Illusion with all those different immunities will be nasty. And 125 special attack and 110 speed is going to be pretty crazy too. And keep on going. Hisuian Avalon gets Strong Jaw, which is really good. I think you still end up wanting to run Sturdy just because you have 36 special defense. You don't die to any Steel move or any fighting move for the most part. Goodra line now gets Overcoat. The stats are crazy on Goodra, though. This is an absolute monster. Cleaver gets Sheer Force. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. With base 135 and Sheer Force, this Pokemon's a monster, and 85C is really good, too. I mean, especially looking at Scizor, you have higher attack than Scizor. Your defense is only a little bit lower. You have lower special attack, which is good. A little bit less to Spadef, but you have 20 more speed. This is incredible Pokemon. And I think the best Pokemon that has been added is Ursaluna. This thing has guts, and these stats are crazy. Like 140 attack with 130 HP, 105 defense, and 80 special defense. This is a crazy Pokemon. This is actually going to be so competitive too. Pretty much everything else is the same. Aramarus is a new Pokemon and has insane stats. I mean, 135 special attack and 106 speed makes it pretty much faster than Landorus, but it has attack that is very close. I mean, it has higher special attack than Landorus, and its special attack's higher than its attack, so that's crazy. And yeah, so going to what we're actually here for is the new moves. And there's a lot of new moves, and a lot of these moves are actually signature moves of the Pokemon that we just went over. And some very interesting ones is like Sneasler's, is like Dire Claw. This move has a high crit chance, may leave the target poison, paralyzed, or drowsy. Streaking of Drowsy is a brand new status effect, so we'll get to that in a moment. But that's really good, and it's base 60 for Technician. That's gonna be pretty cool. Unfortunately, it doesn't get Technician, but maybe in the future, Weavile could get something like that. So that's pretty cool. Stone Axe's Cleaver special move was a 65-90 and has a +1 crit, so high crit, and it deals damage over time as well. So it's now Stealth Rocks are considered splinters, and the splinters up behind will deal damage at the end of the turn, which is pretty crazy overall. I mean, Avalog is a base 100 physical ice move with a 30% chance to crit. That's going to be really crazy. I mean, Coroblast is a grass type version of Steel Beam, which is the special steel move. So that's going to be pretty crazy overall. I mean, a lot of these moves, and I definitely recommend checking out the spreadsheet as well to like look over all of these, but there's just a lot of good moves. Overquill, what is this? 6, like, deals double damage to the Pokemon, already has a status effect, and has a 30% chance to poison. 6, so this could be a 120 poison move. That is sort of insane. I mean, Braviary gets a special psychic move that has high crit too. Suian Zoroark has a special 60 move, and it can leave Frostbite, which we're about to go into in a moment. And here are our signature moves of the starters, which I know people really want to get into. Triple Arrows is face 50 damage, but always hits, and has high crit as well. Actually, no, this has increases your chance to crit, lowers the opponent's defense. That's crazy. Infernal Parade is great because this is like Hex, but it also can burn too. And if the opponent has a status condition, this will do 120. And then Ceaseless Edge for Samurott deals 65 damage, has +1 to crit, and it has a high crit chance, but also it'll leave Splinter, so they'll take damage over time as well. That's crazy. All the Genies got a brand new move, which is 95 special, 80 accuracy, and it has a 30% chance of leaving a status effect. And the Fairy one's a little bit different, actually. The user attacks by wrapping the target in fierce winds, brimming with love and hate. This move's additional effects depend on the user's form, so this is going to be changing depending on the form. We don't actually know what the difference is. But yeah, that's pretty good overall. And what was the Goodra one? Shelter. So this is a status one. The user makes his skin as hard as Iris Shield, raising its defensive stats. Incoming moves are also more likely to miss. So this is an evasion increase and defense increase. This is going to be crazy on Goodra. So yeah, definitely want to check out this full list, but those are like the ones that really stuck out to me to being really cool. New mechanics though. This is massive. We have brand new status effects, and we have a lot. But the ones that are crazy, and they'll probably be in Gen 9, the number one is Frostbite. At the end of each turn, the Pokemon is hurt by Frostbite. Any damage it deals with special moves will be reduced. This replaces freeze. So there's no more freeze in the game. In this game, you can't freeze. However, Frostbite is like burn. It is special attack burn. So what burn does, it deals 6% damage to the opponent, but it also makes their physical attack stat cut in half. This is going to be the same thing with Frostbite. And this is what we needed in competitive. This is going to be awesome. This is a huge buff to ice types too. This is awesome. I love this. I love this so much. We needed this. Thank you so much. Hopefully Gen 9 includes this still. Then we get Drowsy. The Pokemon's Drowsy and may fail to act. Any damage it takes is also increased. This replaces Sleep. So Sleep is gone from the game, which is very interesting. So Drowsy seems to be like a 50-50 chance you actually attack her or not, which is interesting. But if you take any damage, you're going to get hurt more. I could see this replacing Sleep completely, honestly. This is a huge nerf to Sleep in a way, but it's also a great buff too in a weird way because additional damage taken. So you can just really, like, if I was using a Breloom with Spore and instead of putting it to Sleep, I just got Drowsy, and then I was able to hit a next turn priority move. That's gonna be crazy. So yeah, we'll see. I do think we need Sleep in general, but in this game is Drowsy, which is fine, but different battle mechanics. But I think this is very interesting. We'll see how this goes. Obscured. The Pokemon is concealed in mud or like, raising a chance that a Pokemon will evade opponent's moves. I hate this status effect. I think it'll be fine in Legends, but in actual competitive play, we can't have something like this. And I think any moves that would end up using this would be banned, honestly, from Showdown. But I think it'll be fun for Legends, but not for like Gen 9, right? Prime. The Pokemon has adopted a hard-hitting stance, increasing damage it deals with its moves. Very interesting. Definitely Legends exclusive. Can't see this going on, but I think this is cool. Fixated. The Pokemon is fixated on the last move it used. This move will deal increased damage while the fixation lasts, but any damage dealt to the fixated Pokemon is also increased. So this is something like a Rollout, or maybe even like a Dragon Outrage or Thrash. Interesting. I sort of like it. Deals increased damage for sure, but you take more damage. Interesting. I sort of like this actually, so maybe I want to see it as competitive. And then these are definitely all legends: Wild Might, Terrific Might, and Terrible Might. So Wild Might's the crazy one. All Pokemon stats are boosted. The Pokemon also takes reduced damage from status conditions and move effects such as poisoning and splinters. So yeah, I mean, this is just a big boost. And then Terrific Might just reduces damage from status conditions and moves such as poisoning and splinter. Then Terrible Might is all stats are boosted. The Pokemon also takes reduced damage from static conditions, moves such as poisoning and splinters. So nothing. I mean, Wild Might's crazy, but you know, overall we would not see it as in Legends. But Frostbite and probably Drowsy, we may see in Gen 9. Primed and Fixated has a chance too. And now looking at new weather effects, snow. So not hail, it's called snow. So I wonder, I guess this is just an overworld effect. Pokemon are more likely to get Frostbite, and Drowsy Pokemon are more likely to fail to act. The speed of Ice-type Pokemon is also boosted. That's crazy. Ice types are valid, absolutely valid. I mean, higher Frostbite chance, speed doubles for Ice types essentially. Assume it's like Chlorophyll, so maybe like a double speed or like Rain. And you hurt Drowsy Pokemon more. I think that's incredible. Will Hail get buffs like this, or will Hail just be removed for Snow? We'll see. I could see Hail getting buffs like this, though. Miscellaneous for in-game. Every move that your Pokemon learns is accessible through a learning interface, free and mobile move relearner. Essentially, yeah, you can relearn any moves whenever you want for free, no heart scales, nothing. I love this. This is incredible. We needed this. And a lot of moves actually got reworked. So Stealth Rock has been changed, as I mentioned, so now it has splinters. This is same as like a trapping, like not a trapping move, but like something like spikes and all that. It's just, you know, you're gonna take damage from Stealth Rock originally because it's an attacking move now, but it also has the bonus effect of dealing damage over time. Rain, damage dealt by fire type moves is reduced. I mean, that was sort of already in there. Hidden Power, this move changes type to deal super effective damage to the target. 50 BP, unknown only. So unknown will always do super effective damage to you at this point, which is wild. No one else can learn Hidden Power. I actually sort of don't mind that personally. Strong Sunlight, the speed of grass types is boosted. So, I mean, that's like Chlorophyll. So, but instead of you don't have the ability, because there's no abilities in this game, by the way, there's no abilities. Fog, all moves are less accurate apart from moves that always are sure hit. That sounds annoying, but hey, I think that'll be pretty fun in the game, but it does sound annoying. And so for some bonus, we do have some additional dex entries. Fun fact, the only Alolan or Galar Pokemon are out any alt form for the other games is Alolan Vulpix and Alolan Ninetales, but definitely want to check these out. Some of these are pretty fun to read. There's just a lot of cool things in this dex overall. And this Typhlosion one's pretty funny. Said to purify lost, forsaken souls of the flames, guides them to the afterlife. I believe its form has been influenced by the energy of the Sacred Mountain towering at Hisuian Center. I wouldn't say funny, but, you know, it's interesting is what I meant to say. It's an interesting one. And, yeah, I mean, we got a whole bunch of new items. The important items that were added to me is the Link Cord. Essentially, like, Pokemon that were trait evolutions now evolve with this item. So, like, Kadabra into Alakazam, Machoke into Machamp. Examples like Graveler into Golem. You would use a linking cord because there is trading in the game, but you don't need to trade to make it so your Pokemon evolve. So that's fantastic. And just overall, a lot of items, a lot of different healing items that were added to the game, but there's not overall too many items overall. And yeah, there is definitely some spoiler items here, so definitely would not look too much. I'm just scanning to see if there's anything too crazy. But overall, not a crazy amount. There are new evolution items. So, like Cleaver evolves with a special evolutionary item. Same with Ursaluna as well. So, if you want to get those guys, you're going to have to catch their previous forms and get the new items to evolve them. But I'm totally fine with that because it's not a trade evolution. You just got to make them hold it and they'll evolve. And also, evolution is now done via the menus as well. So the Pokemon doesn't actually evolve after battle. It will just be like, oh, your Pokemon can't evolve now. Then you go through the menus, hit evolve, and the Pokemon will evolve. Well, guys, that is the breakdown of the new moves, the Pokemon, new mechanics, and some dex entries, some items. Definitely check out the spreadsheet. It's going to have all the information, but those are my take on it. Overall, I'm incredibly happy for this game. And guys, if you are excited for this game, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment what you're most excited for. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a great one.